Hey guys, thanks for joining me. I'm Joel Breidenbaugh. I dealt with Theology Thursday on the issue of regeneration and conversion. If you haven't taken a look at that video yet. And on Monday, I'll be dealing with Marriage and Family Monday. And I'll add another issue related to marriage that I think you'll want to tune in for. One of the hot topics in married life. Right now I want to deal with Finance Friday and a stewardship issue and the issue of giving. It's the issue of giving to the local church. Often people call it tithes and offerings or just tithing. And I've been asked by numerous Christians over the years, is tithing a New Testament principle? I think it is, and here's why. Tithing is clearly taught in the Old Testament. 10% is what it means to give 10%, and they gave 10% to the temple, to the Lord's work, and to support the work of the priest. But what we see in the New Testament, Jesus talks about tithing in Matthew 23, verse 23. He actually says it ought to be done, as well as the attitude. So not just the action, but the attitude. We see that there's a commendation for Abraham giving to Melchizedek in Hebrews chapter 7. So both commended in Hebrews 7 and taught by Jesus in Matthew 23. But most of the giving is in the New Testament. It's talked about sacrificial giving. Joyful giving. And I think 10% is the minimum baseline. When Jesus repeats a command from the Old Testament to the New, he always raises the standard. So he talks about murder and says if you have hatred in your heart towards someone else or say that they're empty-headed or brainless, a fool, that you're guilty of committing murder. He says if you lust at someone in your heart, you're guilty of committing adultery. So Jesus never lowers the standard, he always raises the standard. And I think with giving, 10% is the bare minimum. I don't think he gives a percent, because if he would have said 12%, some people can give more than that. Some people can give 15 or 20%. So I don't think he gives that, but I think he expects that and then just says we ought to give beyond that. So as you give back to the Lord's work, think about how can I give to support the work of the ministry of this local church and support the gospel being advanced, going out. And hopefully that church is also supporting missions and not just ministries there in the church, but in the community as well. And you can see others benefit from your giving as others give together to support that cause. So I hope you'll follow the Bible's teaching on that and be supportive of advancing the gospel of Jesus Christ and building his kingdom. And thanks for joining with me. I'll see you again soon.